Hello, my wise elders. Welcome back to this great channel. Have you ever considered that your current hairstyle might be adding years to your look without you realizing it? As we move into our later years, the cut and color we choose can dramatically influence how others perceive us. This guide will walk you through 4 common hairstyles that can unintentionally age those in their 60s, 70s, and beyond, even if they seem like the easiest option. If you've been feeling like your appearance doesn't quite match your inner energy and you're wondering what you can do, you've come to the right place. While these styles can sometimes make us look older and feel less self-assured, the wonderful news is that with a few simple tweaks, you can turn that all around. Keep watching, because we won't just point out what to avoid, we'll also explore fantastic alternatives. Our goal is to help you feel more confident, vibrant, and happy every single time you catch your reflection. So whether you're navigating your own style in your 60s, 70s, or 80s, or you're helping a loved one, stay with us to discover how to make these years shine. You might be amazed at how a small change to your hair can brighten not only your look, but also your entire perspective. Let's begin. Number 1, the severely short, practical cut. A common pitfall for many is choosing an extremely short haircut in the name of practicality. Think buzz sides, hair trimmed down almost nothing, all in the service of being easy to manage. For many, this starts as a solution for saving time or coping with hair that's becoming finer. But often, it has the opposite effect of what was intended. While short hair is undoubtedly convenient, taking it too short can accentuate the signs of aging. It puts the spotlight on features like a thinning crown, age spots, wrinkles, and the contours of your head. I've known many people, men and women alike, who adopted this style hoping for a tidy, youthful look, only to find it made them feel less visible even to themselves. When you lose the softness and movement that a bit of length provides, the result can be a harsher, more severe appearance that doesn't reflect the warmth and character you possess. Take my friend Arthur, a wonderful man in his late 70s. He always took pride in his neat appearance, so one season he decided to get a cut that was nearly shaved. He loved how easy it was to care for. After a few weeks, however, he noticed people often asked if he was feeling tired. Even on days he felt great. He missed the gentle framing around his temples and neck, and his head often felt cold. What really struck him was how this ultra-short style seemed to mute his personality. It was a small thing, but affected how he felt about himself each day. This is more common than you might think. As we age, our hair naturally becomes finer. A very short cut directs all the attention to the scalp and facial features, sometimes highlighting the very things we wish to soften. Instead of creating a sharper look, it can make hair appear even thinner. For those with a long or angular face shape, a severe short cut can make these features more pronounced. The emotional impact is significant, too. Many people report feeling a loss of identity when they cut off too much. While short hair can feel liberating, an overly severe style can sometimes make you feel less expressive and less approachable, which can subtly chip away at your confidence. This isn't to say that short hair is wrong. If you love it, wear it, but there are more flattering ways to keep things manageable. Consider leaving a little more length on top or around the ears to soften your features and create volume. Layers can add shape and offer styling options without extra work. For men, even a half-inch of extra length can add warmth. For women, maintaining some softness around the face instead of full clipper cut can make a world of difference. If thinning is a concern, ask your stylist about techniques to create fullness, like texturizing or light layers. The aim isn't to chase a younger you, but to find a style that makes you feel comfortable, confident, and authentically you. The best haircut complements your features and makes you feel at home in your own skin. If you're considering going short, ask yourself if it's truly for comfort or just an old habit. Sometimes a minor adjustment can revitalize your entire look. Number 2, the dull, single-length style. Another style that can quietly age people is the flat, one-length haircut. You know the one. Hair that is all the same length, hanging without layers, volume, or any sense of movement. On the surface, it seems like a safe, low-maintenance choice. But in reality, this one-length approach rarely does anyone any favors, especially as we get older. It can quickly drain the vitality from your appearance, making you look more tired and less lively than you truly are. It's easy to get stuck in this rut. Perhaps you've had the same style since your 50s, or a stylist once recommended a blunt cut for its simplicity. However, hair transforms with age, becoming finer and losing its natural body. A single-length cut removes the very element that can make you look fresher, movement, and lift. I think of my cousin Eleanor, who is 72. For years, she wore a simple bob cut straight all around. She believed it was timeless and easy, and for a long time it was. But as her hair lost volume, that blunt cut began to pull her features downward. Instead of highlighting her bright smile, it framed her face like a heavy drape. She'd look in the mirror and see someone who seemed more weary than she felt. When she finally added some soft layers and face-framing pieces, the change was remarkable. She instantly looked more awake, refreshed, and her true spirit seemed to shine through again. The issue with one-length cuts is that they emphasize straight, heavy lines, which can draw the eye to other changes in your face, like sagging skin or laugh lines. Without any lift or texture, gravity takes over, which isn't always flattering. Furthermore, straight, heavy lines can make fine hair look even more sparse. The psychological effect of this can be powerful. When your hair feels flat and uninspired, it can influence your mood and your desire to go out and socialize. It can become a cycle where uninspired hair leads to lower confidence, which then affects other aspects of your self-care. The good news is that you don't need a major overhaul. Introducing soft, face-framing layers, gentle bangs, or even some waves can bring instant life back to your look. These changes create movement, drawing the eye upward and making your whole face appear brighter. For those with natural waves or curls, embracing that texture is a fantastic way to add youthful energy without much effort. Talk to your stylist about what would suit your hair type. Sometimes just a few strategic snips can take years off your appearance. Number 3, the outdated, overly tight perm. One hairstyle that persists well into the senior years is the old-fashioned tight perm. It's that dense, uniform halo of curls that seems to defy any breeze. For decades, this was a go-to for many women because it promised a set-it-and-forget-it routine. But while it may have been fashionable in the past, holding on to a dated perm can add years to your look and keep you stylistically stuck in another era. This often begins with good intentions, a desire for more volume, or simply a long-standing habit. But over time, these tight, uniform curls can create a stiff, helmet-like effect that looks unnatural. It can draw attention to thinning areas or fine lines, and when a style is noticeably from a bygone era, it can inadvertently make you seem less in touch with the present. My grandmother, Helen, kept her tight perm for over 15 years. It was her signature look. But eventually, her hair took on a dry, brittle appearance, and the rigid shape made her features look sharper. When she finally transitioned to a softer, modern wave, her whole face seemed to soften. She looked more approachable and felt more like her contemporary self. There's a deep sense of comfort in a familiar style, often tied to memories of our younger selves. But when nostalgia becomes a resistance to change, it can prevent us from embracing who we are today. People do notice when a hairstyle is decades old, and it can send a message that you're hesitant to move forward. There are practical concerns, too. Tight perms can be drying and damaging to aging hair, leading to breakage. The chemicals can also be harsh on sensitive scalps. The encouraging part is that there are so many beautiful, modern ways to wear curls. Today's stylists can create softer, more natural-looking waves. You could ask for a loose, beachy perm or use gentle styling tools like foam rollers. If you're ready for a change, a layered cut that allows for body and movement can make a huge difference. Updating your style is an act of self-care that tells the world you're vibrant, engaged, and full of life. Number 4, the flat, monotone hair color. A fourth mistake that can age people is clinging to a flat, single-toned hair color that lacks depth and dimension. As we age, our hair naturally loses pigment, and while some beautifully embrace the gray, others use an all-over dye to reclaim their former color. Unfortunately, this often results in a dull, uniform shade that looks lifeless. This can creep up on you. Maybe you've been using the same dark brown or black dye for 20 years. But as your skin tone changes with age, that solid, flat color can clash with your complexion. making you look washed out and tired. A gentleman I know, Robert, who is 78, had been using the same jet black dye for decades. His daughter showed him an old photo, and he realized his hair once had natural highlights and warmth. His current color looked like a solid cap and accentuated every line. His stylist suggested softening the base color and adding some subtle, sandy highlights. The result was incredible. His skin looked healthier, his eyes brighter, and he received compliments on looking well-rested and vibrant. Flat color can also make thinning hair look even flatter and less voluminous. Without dimension, your hair can blend into your skin. Even if you embrace your natural gray, using toning shampoos to combat yellowing and enhance shine is key to keeping it looking vibrant, not dull. When you see dull, lifeless hair in a mirror, it can dampen your confidence. Hair color is a powerful tool for self-expression. A simple update can make you feel refreshed and ready for new experiences. Consider talking to a colorist about adding highlights, lowlights, or a softer, more modern shade. If you love your gray, invest in purple shampoos and hydrating treatments to keep it sparkling. The goal is to choose a color, whether natural or enhanced, that makes you feel proud of the person you see every day. As we wrap up, take a moment to reflect on your own hair and how it makes you feel. Which of these 4 common habits did you see in yourself or friend? Remember, aging is a journey, and the choices we make, big and small, shape our experience. Your hair is more than just a style. It's an expression of your spirit and your story. You don't need to make a drastic change overnight. Sometimes, the most powerful transformation begins with a single adjustment. A new layer, a softer color, or a bit more movement. It might mean asking your stylist for advice, or simply being open to trying something new. Every choice to refresh your look is a step toward feeling more like yourself, vibrant, confident, and fully alive. Thank you for spending this time with us today. We'd love to hear your thoughts. Leave a comment below and share one thing you learned and how you'll apply it in your life. Your comments inspire us to keep going. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe to Elderly Health Tips and share. Your support makes it possible for us to continue creating content that informs and uplifts. We appreciate you watching, and we look forward to seeing you in the next video.